Hi everybody. Well, Mercury goes retrograde February 23rd in Pisces at 19 degrees, and Mercury is retrograde until the 17th of March. First of all, my dear Pisceans, happy birthday, because it is birthday time for you. So, is this something we should be concerned about, and how can we make best use of this particular Mercury retrograde in Pisces? So, I'm putting Pisces here at the start of the zodiac because it's Pisces sun as well. So we've got the sun in Pisces, coming into Pisces, already in Pisces. We've already got Mars in Pisces. And adding to it, we've got our friend Mercury, also in Pisces, going retrograde. So we've got a lot of Pisces energy in the heavens. But on the other hand, as I've just put up my video as well for the full moon in Virgo, we've got the moon doing the opposite. So we've got the moon here in the opposite sign, the moon here in Virgo. So we've got the vibrations of Virgo, which is wanting to get it right, wanting to do things properly. As you can see, Mercury is definitely retrograde, and I'm allowing it to be retrograde because my camera isn't quite doing what I'd like it to do, but I think you're going to get my message and you're going to understand, I think, what Mercury retrograde in Pisces is all about, because I've given up trying to control everything. It's not going to happen during Mercury retrograde in Pisces. With the full moon in Virgo, we've got these opposites. Pisces is all about going with the flow, not having control, and just allowing things to happen. Virgo, on the other hand, wants to plan, wants to know what's happening, and wants to declutter, wants to create order. Virgo needs order. Pisces needs chaos, needs to be, as you know, the fish, the glyph is two fish, and the fish are swimming in opposite directions. They're going different directions. And that's true about the sign of Pisces, because Pisces has got, it's the one of the most complex signs, actually. It's the last sign in the zodiac. So, if you like, this is a very important few weeks while this Mercury is retrograde in Pisces. Because when something goes retrograde, you're looking at RE. Anything that begins with RE. So it could be relax, rest. Maybe you've been overdoing it. It gives us a chance to recharge our batteries, to rediscover ourselves, to re-examine our life. So it can be a very wonderful time. I think Mercury retrograde gets quite a bad rap, but it's a time when the thinking processes are slowed. That's why we do often have glitches with technology, with mobile phones, with power outages, whatever it is, with travel plans can go awry. And especially with it being in Pisces, I would try to go with the flow as much as you can, but nonetheless, may I say that the full moon in Virgo means that if you're going to travel somewhere that you've not been to before, take a map. Don't be really silly about it. The Virgo energy wants us to be intelligent about it. So the Virgo energy wants us to declutter, make space, and the Pisces retrograde, this Mercury Pisces retrograde, gosh, I can feel the energy of Pisces because it's so easy just to go on and on and on. And you may notice this with people around you. They're just going on and on. And they're not really getting to the point. But I promise I'm going to get to the point. I'm thinking now of the moon in Virgo, and I'm going to get to the point. So Pisces has the highest energies. It's got the energy of the subconscious, where we can reach other universes, other worlds, angels, the divine, whatever you want to call it. So during the Mercury retrograde, we can rediscover our connection to the divine energies. At the same time, Pisces also is often attracted to confusion, chaos, mind-altering drugs. It would rule alcohol and drugs, and not wanting to be here, wanting to avoid maybe some important issues that might need to be addressed and faced, and with the Virgo moon cleared out. It's a wonderful time, folks, for those of you who have maybe shelved a project, a musical project, some poetry, anything artistic, anything creative. Bring it back. Time to really get going with it. It's a wonderful time for writing. Now, I mentioned this kind of downside of Pisces. There may be some old people from your life come back into your life. Maybe old memories, actual old friends, old lovers. You might bump into an old lover. Now, question is, was that a toxic relationship? Was that an unhealthy, destructive relationship? And during this Mercury retrograde, you might be drawn to get back into that relationship. You might think to yourself, well, forgive and forget and let's move on. Be careful that you don't invite trouble into your life. It's not necessary. So there could be this pull for things that are in fact not very healthy. Things, I'm just testing the camera here, things that maybe are not in your very best interest. So keep that in mind when you are thinking about getting back with an ex, contacting somebody who maybe hurt you a great deal in the past. Be careful about making impulsive commitments, because once Mercury goes direct, you might regret it. Be careful about buying something expensive, because when Mercury goes direct again on the 17th of March, you may find that you don't like what you've bought, or it's not really worth what you pay for it, so make sure you keep the receipt and any guarantees that go with it. So, good things to do. Very important to trust your intuition. Trust, if you're getting a bad vibe about something, trust it. Don't go against it. Don't ignore it. It's actually a very good time to have an astrology reading, because it's a good time to reevaluate your life. And depending where it is in your chart is going to be where the important area in your life that's going to be up for re-examination. Now for me, it's happening in my second house. The second house is all about values, especially connected with how you value yourself, but how you value your work and how you look at money. And I've already started this because I've known this was coming up. So I've already been re-evaluating my living conditions. I mean, in New Zealand, I lived in a nice big house. Now in Vienna, I'm living in one little room, which I love. I have no car. I have a bicycle. I use the public transport. I've changed how I see what I need in my life in order to feel good. And with it being in Pisces, it's about letting go of all those things that I thought were important, but in fact are not so important. It's a feeling of contentment with what you already have. A feeling of gratitude for what you already have. So use this Mercury retrograde to get in touch with the higher values, the things that are really important to you, the things that matter most to you in your life. That isn't to say, of course, it doesn't matter that you survive and you have enough money to live and to eat on and to do some nice things. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that the direction more towards the spiritual thinking, and that, of course, would include anything esoteric and metaphysical into it. And don't be surprised if you're drawn to astrology and tarot and numerology and past lives and future lives and all these things during this time at this Mercury retrograde in Pisces. So I think I've gone on for long enough, and it's a lovely time as well to do anything with water. Maybe go to a spa, go for a swim, sit by a lake, the river, the ocean, anything like that would be very soothing and relaxing for your soul. So I wish you all a very happy and connected Mercury retrograde in Pisces. I'll see you again soon. Thanks very much for listening.